Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Otaku Heaven coming at you with another manga chapter review for Black Clover 39. And this chapter starts off when we see a new person laying on a top, sitting atop a pile of bodies. We find out that he's a former prisoner, and he's actually Mary's sister, one of the orphans from, or what I say orphans, one of the siblings of Rebecca, and one of the people that reside under the nuns. And basically, he's sitting on top of this pile of bodies that he just took out. He's like, one of the bodies below him it says, "I'll never commit another crime again. Just don't kill me today." He's like, "You know what? I won't kill you today. You want to know why?" You may ask. It's because my sister's birthday. So celebrate. Celebrate until you die. Or I kill you. One of the two. And the dude's like, "So we're really going to die anyway?" And then we get to see him actually moving along to go see his little sister Mary. And he's got like just packs and packs of toys. He's running to bring it to her because he only gets to see his sister once a year, I think he said. So instead of once a year or once a month, I forget it. But anyway, he only gets to see her once every little while, so he brings her all kinds of toys and stuff. And then he comes up on Asta and Mary playing around and makes some kind of reference saying that he was supposed to love him until the sun rises, love her until the sun rises in the east, and we're gonna do all kinds of weird things to her, and that just the thought of her makes blood rush to places that it shouldn't be, and that's a bit creepy. I'd rather not see that, but it's part of the manga. And anyway, so after that happens and he sees that, he gets really pissed off and decides that he's gonna attack Asta. And he basically puts his foot in his face all the way down to the dirt, so he's pretty much standing on top of Asta's face with one foot. And Mary yells, "Leave Asta alone. Asta's gonna be my husband." So that really pisses him off. And then basically, he continues the fight with Asta, and Asta's making fun of him because he's like, "I'll crush you." He's like, "Actually, with my training and all my physical strength, you'll never be able to crush me." And he's like, "Shut up, Pastor." Confusing Pasta with Asta. And basically, Asta's like, "Well, now that you mention it, she is pretty cute." And he's like, "Why are you looking at my sister as a sexual object?" And then, well, that's what he's been doing the whole time. So that I found that pretty funny. And after that, after Noelle hears that she wants to make Asta her husband, Noelle flips because Noelle's been following him around for the past chapter or two, and Noelle is like, "Really, your husband?" And sorry, I lost my spot. Basically, after that, the crone comes out. The old nun, the dude refers to her as the crone because I don't know, an old crone is what some people refer to old people as when they have no respect for them. Because the crone come out and said, "All right, now we have to go. Um, that's the sum of your time." And he goes, "Go back inside, crone. Me and Mary are gonna go on our date," which they wound up never actually getting to do. And anyhow, after all that ends, Rebecca's like, Mary says bye to all of them, but then Rebecca's like, "Well, you can stay the night." He's like, "Really? We can do that?" So he stays the night. Noelle's freaking out again. She's like, "You're really gonna stay the night with somebody you just met? How careless, Asta." But she's saying that all in the background, so Asta doesn't hear her. And she's just really freaking out about the whole situation because she's looking at Rebecca as a rival, which she is, because Rebecca also wants to marry Asta. But Asta's got his heart given to the nun, so it's not gonna happen most likely. Maybe towards the end, Asta may have a change of heart. I'm leaning towards maybe he'll fall for Rebecca over Noelle, but um, unless he actually does wind up getting a nun, which I doubt's gonna happen because she's a nun. Anyway, so they go to where they're pretty much sleeping, and then Gauche sneaks in to attack Asta. He's like, "Now die, Asta," using his mirror magic reflection mirror, and it basically pushes some kind of energy beam out at Asta, and Asta sneezes to dodge it. And then he's like, "You've committed a crime. Your crime is meeting my sister. The only way that I can stop you from marrying my sister is to kill you, and then she can't marry someone who's dead." And basically, the he misses the spell after Asta sneezes. Then he creates another spell called a Real Double, and actually manages to hit Asta, knocks him outside of the building into snow, and it's not even winter, so the whole town's covered in snow for whatever reason. And remember, this is on the outskirts of all of the Clover Kingdom because they're back visiting the nuns and they live on the far outskirts. and the whole that whole area is covered in snow, and it's not even winter like I said before. And then Rebecca rushes outside. She's like, Asta says, "Sorry, Rebecca, we didn't mean to crush your wall in the top room." He's like, "I don't even care about that. All of my siblings are missing," and that's where we left off. So maybe Raditz and the other ones, the White Knight's Demon's Eyes, have made a move and took the children for some reason. Maybe it's a common theme in a lot of animes, but they'll take children and try to raise them up and basically treat them like shit to turn them into the ultimate assassins or whatever. It's a very common theme. You see it in Phantom, Requiem of Phantom. You see it in Gunslinger Girl. There's a lot of animes that do that. So maybe they're trying to do that with the children because that would explain why the children are missing. And even on One Piece with Caesar Clown, they try to do something along the lines of making them into test subjects. Maybe even that. There's a lot of things people try to do with children because apparently they're good test subjects as they can't fight back. But that's what's going on. There's a lot of things that could have happened to these children, and I'm expecting the White Knight's Demon's Eyes to be behind it because in retaliation to them actually taking one of the White Knight's Demon's Eyes people in for custody and questioning. And overall, this chapter was a pretty laid back, fun chapter, but it was really weird. I didn't really like it, so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because I just really wasn't feeling it this week. But it did open up a new arc, and I'm ready to see what's going on with the missing siblings. And if they got married, I think they got married. What's gonna happen with all that? Because that's really gonna piss off this new Gauche guy and Asa as well, because Asa's got to maintain his macho presence in front of Rebecca, and not only that, Asa to be kind of pissed off because he's basically been raised with those kids his whole life, from what we understand, and Mary has a huge affection for Asta, and Asta realizes that, so Asta's gonna treat her with the same respect he would treat anybody else, or maybe even greater because they have such a good connection. But anyway, yeah, 6 out of 10 is what I think about this chapter, but it introduces a new arc, and I'm ready for that. So, peace, guys.